Hey everybody, welcome back to Lettermen Row. It's BuckIQ. I'm Austin Ward, joined for the first time by a former Ohio State tight end, a former Buckeye, Luke Farrell. Does that still sound weird that you're a former Buckeye at this point?
Yeah, definitely still getting used to it. He was a long time there, long 5 years. So yeah,
All right, it's been about a month, Luke, since your Ohio State career did come to an end. Not the ending that you wanted, of course, but everything immediately transitions. You got like 3 months of training and talking with scouts. I believe you're down there in Texas. How quick do things move, and what has it been like as you get ready now for this pro career?
yeah. I mean, especially how late we played. It was immediate turnaround. Next day, came from Miami down over to Texas, and yeah, I got right into it. So it's been great though. Yeah.
What are you trying to get accomplished in there over these couple months? What are you working on?
Just fine tuning everything, trying to enhance, every part of the combine stuff, and then working with receiver coach, enhancing my blocking work. I've been working with Duke Manyweather, who's like the O-line guru. So it's been great.
Now, I said that you're a former Buckeye, and you kind of said in December leading up to the playoff you weren't going to think about the emotions, and obviously you weren't really planning on coming back. Was there any thought about using that COVID year to stick around for one more season?
No, I think it was my time to move on. I think it's tough to come back for a sixth year, and I think it was just my time.
All right, so you're getting ready now. You talked about that training, and you're going to be meeting with scouts. It's a little bit different, obviously, without the NFL Combine. You would have been going to Indianapolis for that, I'm sure. When you have some of these meetings with scouts or general managers, and you're pitching yourself, what are NFL teams going to get in Luke Farrell?
I think the two biggest things I talk about is toughness and consistency. The way I approach my game is, I think, with a lot of toughness and in the run blocking game, pass pro, running routes, whatever it is, and then consistency. I think coaches at Ohio State knew they were going to get every day from me, the best out of me doing my job, and they could count on me to get that job done. Didn't need, a lot of coaching. Kind of got it after the first or second time.
All right, that film, that resume, it doesn't lie. So we've got some of those clips now as your career moves on. Luke Farrell's going to break himself down for the first time on BuckIQ. Let's roll the tape.
Let's do it.
All right, Luke, this is one of my favorite clips of any tight end in a long time. And I know that there are some better highlight reels of one-handed grabs and some other stuff that we can talk about, but this is one of my favorites for you. I don't know where it ranks in your career, but it epitomized everything you want from this position.
Yeah. I mean, this is, a really common play for us in our crosser package, and you run it, 1,000 times in practices. And I think this is just patience right here, and a great job by Justin, going through his progression. And, I just got to stay in my spot, trust that he's going to get through. And if I'm there, he's going to find me. And then, don't get the ball very often, so you got to do something with it when you get it. So that was my mindset. I'm on the 10-yard line, I'm not going down. So that was, the mindset in this.
You've got 5 Spartans coming to take you down, man. I mean, this looks like right here, it's like the top of a die. That's the 5-sided die that's just collapsing on you. And I mean, this effort was just off the charts. I mean, what does it feel like to – obviously, a touchdown is going to feel good when you get it at tight end, but to finish it this way, the physical effort, I mean, this had to feel good for you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, amazing. Amazing feeling, all the work that goes into one play like that, let alone a game. So, yeah, it was awesome.
All right. I know I've asked you about this one before, and we can compare it to some of Jeremy's, but, you're always so humble. You didn't talk about this one much. And Justin Fields put this in a pretty good spot. But this is a sensational catch, man. What do you remember? Take me through this one.
I think we were going a little 2-minute right here. So we were just, not a lot of thought going on, just line up and go. So, just trying to get open any way I could. I knew I couldn't get outside of them, so I could try to get past them on the coming inside. So not a great situation, but obviously great ball by Justin. Gave me the opportunity, and really that's all I can ask for. That's something I take pride in, is like anytime you get that opportunity, you got to make the play. So, just kind of threw my left arm out there, tried to trap it and get it in there. Not as clean as some of Rock's one-handed catches, but I'm going to take that any day right there.
with the way that you were, I mean, that was pretty good coverage on you. Were you surprised at all that football doesn't come your way very often? I know that sounds like a broken record, but the way that the coverage was even, so solid, I'm surprised. Maybe you were surprised the ball was coming your way in this particular situation.
Yeah, I guess a little bit surprised, thinking back on it, but in the moment, not a lot of time for thought. You just, ball's coming at you, got to catch it. So that's pretty much what was going through my head right there.
Worked a big touchdown. You had a number of those, and you had one in your next to last game. And you two working over there with Rucker at some of these two-man combinations with tight ends were really successful. I remember thinking after the game that Jeremy might have been the easier target here, but you just went in and posted up just like you were a center in hoops, and Justin puts another one on you. What about this one?
Yeah, this would just expressed, the trust that Justin had in us on this route, which we had been working a lot, the weeks prior. So that was just really nice to have that feeling of he knows, like the way when he releases his ball, I'm not even like into my break yet. So he trusts me that I'm gonna, find a way to get open. And then this just goes back to my basketball days right here. Getting a little tugged, but you gotta, fight your way to get that inbound pass and use your body to keep the defender out of the way. So that's just my mindset for this right here.
Yeah, it looked like you had no choice. You had to throw him off you. I mean, you're getting pulled. This is just throw up the football alley-oop because you got no choice with somebody dragging you down.
Yeah, another, incredible ball by Justin. There's a picture of it. I think it's like the defender's hand is like right there, but he roped that one in there, and I was able to catch it on my shoulder there. And yeah,
you've got a couple examples there with Rutgers and then against Clemson in the Sugar Bowl where that ball gets on you in a hurry. The reaction of that left hand, I think maybe they should measure that. You won't have the combine, just the strength in your left hand, man. You made a couple big plays there.
Yeah, that reaction time is important for sure.
All right, there's no question that also this a big part of what you guys do, what you're asked to do, and what you talked about that off the top with what you're working on as you continue to block. How did you always feel like this was a strength for you? Did you talked about Jeremy Ruckert's development at this, but did you always feel like this was a strength for you? Did you have to learn, transition, understand that this was going to be maybe more important than catching the football?
It was definitely something I was more comfortable with coming in from high school. I did a lot of inline blocking, put my hand on the ground, running zone, stuff like this. But it's always a jump, when you go from high school to college, just the caliber of player you're blocking. So that was a big, transition for me in my redshirt year, developing, just strength and just fine-tuning technique to, be able to play against these guys. But yeah, this is our bread and butter right here. Just inside zone, just straight toughness, like one-on-one, somebody's got to win. Love it, though.
You get a 2-for-1 here at the end to kind of spring Trey Sermon. I'm imagining when you're talking with scouts and general managers, this is kind of stuff that it's great to catch the football, and we talk about that a lot, but this is what NFL teams are probably going to focus on a play like this for you. So I'm sure that's you're going to be talking about this a lot more, and this will be the kind of play that they're looking at.
Yeah, and to me, this is the mentality you got to have playing the tight end position.
All right, you had it. And your career was a great one. You won a lot of games, a lot of championships with the Buckeyes, and threw a lot of blocks, scored a couple big touchdowns. We will obviously be following closely as Luke Farrell heads to the NFL, about to have a long career, we expect, at tight end. Luke, thanks for joining us for BuckIQ for the first time, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, for Luke, I'm Austin Ward. We'll see you next time at Lettermen Row.